Hey there, home athletes. Happy Thursday. I have a 20-minute AMRAP for you today, as many rounds and reps as possible in 20 minutes. We have a nice little combination of cardio in the form of jumping and some nice core work for us. You know, we can all use more of that. It's always good to work on midline strength, both the front and the backside. So each round starts with some jumping. We have your options. If you have a jump rope and you can jump rope wherever you are, you're either going to do 60 double unders if you have those down, or 90 single unders, right? Probably, hopefully about maybe a minute or so there on that station, maybe a little bit longer. Take as long as a minute and a half if you need to, especially if you're one of those people who's practicing double unders. Let's try to keep it to about 90 seconds, or just do as many double unders as you can. If you can't jump rope or don't have a jump rope, we'll do some cross and back dumbbell hops. Hopefully you have your trusty dumbbell. So for these, we'll do 30 reps, right? We'll go cross and back. Dumbbell on the floor, feet together. That's one rep I just did right there. You're going to do 30 of those. So hopefully you can do one of those options. Next station, we have 30 single arm dumbbell Russian swings. Russian swings, of course, work at midline, work the hips, work the glutes, work the belly. We're going to go one arm at a time today. I would say alternate hands every 5 reps. So we have dumbbell, one hand held like this. So a Russian swing, I'll show you from the side. We're going hips back, right? Heels are flat, belly stays tight. You should feel tension on the glutes and the hamstrings here. And we're going, bam, just like that. Notice my weight is kind of right between my knees here, knee level. We don't want to go too low with this one. Keep it kind of right about knee level. And we're swinging those hips forward. We're bringing that dumbbell right at the shoulder level. We're extending the hips. We're extending the knees. We're making sure that you squeeze the glutes and the quads right there, right? As we go to extension, squeeze quads, squeeze glutes. Other side looks just the same. Drive it up. Drive it up right there. Great midline. Work your glutes, hamstrings, all that stuff in the middle. And then 30-second plank hold. So if you have your timer set up, hopefully you have your phone or whatever set up, 20 minutes. So as soon as you get your plank hold, check the clock and go 30 seconds. And for this one, let's go arms straight today, making sure that wrist is directly below the shoulder. And we're just going to keep an eye on that clock, do a 30-second plank hold. And again, squeeze your butt, squeeze your quads, squeeze your belly. Everything's nice and tight in the middle. 30 seconds there. And that will be one round. You're going to do that as many times as you can, 20 minutes. It's going to be a good midline burner. So obviously, for the workout, you need one dumbbell and possibly a jump rope if you have one. Let's get warmed up. So, let's see. So first off, part of the warm-up, I'm going to have you run 200 meters. I hope that's okay. If you can't go outside for whatever reason, you can do some shuttle runs back and forth in your garage or wherever you're working out. But if you can, 200-meter run, which you should already have measured out by now, should take about a minute or so. And then we'll come back inside. We'll do a couple of things. All right, so you go off, do a 200-meter run. There you go. Pause the video. I'll see you when you get back. You're back. Excellent. So next thing, let me get my timer going. Let me demonstrate our first movement. It's going to be Samson lunges with an overhead squat. So watch this. We're going to go Samson lunge, right side, Samson lunge, left side. Then we're going to do an air squat. And we're going to do that for a minute. Let me get my timer. We're going to start that in 10 seconds. And obviously, you don't have to go fast with this. This is just warm up. All right, here come the beats. 3, 2, 1. Let's start. Nice big lunge out. We're reaching up towards the ceiling as we do this. Kind of stretching out the back a little bit. Lunge on each side. And an air squat. And just keep repeating that. Right leg with the reach. Left leg, try to press those hips forward as you lunge. And then get a nice little squat in there. All right. Keep working on that if you will. We've got about 35 more seconds. Going for a full minute on this station. Excuse me. Samson lunges and air squats. While you're doing this, I'll say if you have any feedback or requests or anything about how I do these videos, it's still kind of a work in progress. I'm hoping this works well, what we've been doing so far, but I'm I'm definitely open to requests and opinions. 3, 2, 1. All right, next one, we're going to do some deadlifts with our one dumbbell. Just warming up our backside a little bit. So go ahead and hold the bell like this. We're sending those hips back. We're going to tap the top of that dumbbell to the floor up between the feet and stand. All right, just be familiar with this movement. Keeping the belly nice and tight, keeping the back nice and flat. And remember, the deadlifts are all in the hips, right? My knees really aren't moving here. It's just the hips. Hips go back, hips go forward. Hips go back, hips go forward. All right? The deadlift. The best way to lift a heavy weight off the floor. All right, you have 30 more seconds. You keep working on those. Again, not moving real fast right now. Just kind of slowly getting some reps in, warming up our posterior chain, glutes and hamstrings. Got about 15 more seconds. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to run through that sequence one more time. I want you to go ahead and take a second 200-meter run, just like you did before, about in a minute or so. Pause the video. I'll be here waiting for you. And you're back. Excellent. We're going to do that same thing again we just did. With the squat, we're going to do. So we'll do our stance and lunges with an air squat, just like we did before, for 1 minute. Again, at a nice, slow pace. This isn't cardio. This is warm up. And again, we're emphasizing on kind of pushing the hips forward as we lunge whilst reaching up towards the ceiling. Hips go forward. And then air squat. I'll let you work on that. You got about 45 more seconds working at your own pace. Hopefully we're feeling, you know, ankles, knees, hips, everything else kind of loosening up a little bit. That's the idea. I like to think about our joints being filled with butter. You know, when I wake up in the morning, all the butter in my joints is like solid, like when you pull it out of the refrigerator. But then, you know, with butter, it kind of warms up and it gets softer and softer and softer. I think of that as I'm working out. I can feel my joints, all the juices, everything in there kind of loosening up as I do these things. That's just a weird thing that goes through my head for some reason. I don't know why. I'll stop talking. Please stop talking. All right. So we did deadlifts in our first round. We're going to do some Russian swings in our second round. So in the workout, you're doing one hand. Right now, we're going two hands. All right. Very similar motion to our deadlifts. Right? Hips go back, hips go forward. We're making sure here to keep the shoulders retracted, right? Think about kind of pulling those shoulders back and down. We should always be thinking about that, especially with weighted movements. Keeping the shoulders retracted, not letting them roll forward. All right, so we're just working on that. We got about 35 more seconds. And of course, this is getting you ready for the single arm swings in the workout. 20 more seconds here, and then you'll be all warmed up. Ten more seconds, few more swings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Your warm-up is done. It is time to work out. So keep track of your rounds and reps across the course of the 20 minutes. I'm not quite sure if I had to put a number on it. Probably, let's say, our jumping station, minute and a half. Russian swings, probably another minute and a half. So that puts us at 3 minutes. Plus, obviously, a 30-second plank hold. It's 3.5 minutes. Maybe 4, as much as 4 minutes per round, which would put you at 5 rounds. Somewhere in the, 4, 5, 6 rounds, something like that. So, you know, get it done. Have a great workout. 20 minutes. I'll talk to you tomorrow.